everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very interesting case to discuss and you must have already got an idea by seeing the thumbnail of this video, right? So let's begin with the case. The title of this case is Lakshmibai Chandaragi B versus State of Karnataka and it was decided in the year 2021. This case was decided by a division bench of the Supreme Court of India consisting of Honorable Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Honorable Justice Rishikesh Roy. Now, cases may sometimes become very complicated because there are a lot many parties involved, lot many situations, lot many things happening. So for the purpose of easy understanding, let's assume there is one bride and there is a groom. Okay, so bride is Lakshmibai and groom is Santosh. Now let's see what is the background of this case. What happened here is Lakshmibai went missing from her home on 14th of October 2020 and being concerned with that, Lakshmibai's father Mr. Basappa Chandaragi approached the police. He approached Murgat police station which is in Belagavi district in the state of Karnataka. He went to the police station to complain about his missing daughter and based on that complaint filed by Lakshmibai's father, a missing persons FIR was also being registered. And once an FIR is registered, the next step is to do the preliminary investigation. The investigating officer in this certain case also went to Lakshmibai's family. Her family and relatives' statements were being recorded as well as phone numbers were collected from the cell phone. And after accessing these call numbers, the investigating officer came to the conclusion that Lakshmibai was in contact with Santosh. Now, who is Santosh? Santosh is the groom that I mentioned, right? Bride and groom. Bride is Lakshmibai, Santosh is the groom. Right, so investigating officer came to the conclusion that Lakshmibai was in contact with Santosh. This bride and groom that I am mentioning, Lakshmibai and Santosh, they were adults. Like they were of the marriageable age, plus they were well qualified, doing good in their professional life as well. Santosh has completed his MTech and he was working as an assistant professor in a university. And Lakshmibai on the other hand has completed her MA plus B.Ed and she was also working. And during their professional life, both of them came to know each other and then they fell in love. During this process of investigation, it was also discovered that Lakshmibai had travelled from Hubli to Bangalore and from Bangalore she went to Delhi. By the way, she did not inform about this entire thing to her parents. And then she got married to Santosh. This entire story that I narrated so far, it all happened on 14th of October 2020 when the father went to the police station, filed the missing complaint and the daughter travelled to Delhi and then got married. One day later, that is on 15th of October 2020, she sent a WhatsApp message to her parents with the marriage certificate. Basically, she informed her parents that she got married to this guy with whom she fell in love. Basically, now parents came to know that their daughter is not missing but rather with her own consent willingly traveled to Delhi and got married to Santosh. But now what about the missing complaint which was filed by Lakshmibai's father? It has to be closed by the investigating officer, right? So investigating officer went to Ghaziabad to meet Lakshmibai where she was living with her husband. After meeting Lakshmibai, the investigating officer insisted her that she should come to Murgat police station which is in Karnataka and give a statement that she has got married to Santosh so that investigating officer can close the matter. Because Lakshmibai was already threatened by her family members as well as relatives, she wrote a letter to the investigating officer. She informed that because of this imminent threat that she is apprehending from her parents or rather family members, she is not willing to travel to Karnataka or appear in the police station personally. But the investigating officer was not ready to close the matter until she appears in the police station and gives her statement. In fact, the investigating officer went to the extent of saying that if Lakshmibai do not appear in the police station and give her statement, the investigating officer would file a case of kidnapping against her husband Santosh. That Santosh has kidnapped Lakshmibai. Lakshmibai was in fact threatened by her uncle, and for that she had filed an application before the Allahabad High Court as well, seeking protection. But even after pressing this matter for about 1 month, it could not reach for an urgent hearing. And being aggrieved by all the situations which were happening, Lakshmibai finally decided to approach the Supreme Court by way of a writ petition. Can you tell me which article it is? Yes, it is Article 32 of the Constitution of India that provides for right to constitutional remedy, as in right to directly move to the Supreme Court of India if our fundamental rights are being violated. In this case, both the parties, as in the bride and the groom, Lakshmibai as well as Santosh, married with their own consent. They were adults of the marriageable age. So the main question before Supreme Court was whether this FIR, which was filed by parents of Lakshmibai, should be quashed or not, because it in fact never was a case of missing person. Lakshmibai with her own consent travelled in order to get married to Santosh. So whether this first information report should be quashed or not, that was the main issue before Supreme Court. In this case, Honorable Supreme Court was really dissatisfied with the way this investigating officer was handling the matter. Supreme Court was of the opinion that if this investigating officer has already travelled to Ghaziabad to meet Lakshmibai and to inquire about this entire thing, he could have also taken statement of Lakshmibai rather than delaying this entire process and unnecessarily dragging it, harassing Lakshmibai. The Honorable Supreme Court was also highly dissatisfied with the fact that investigating officer was threatening to file a false case against Santosh for kidnapping if Lakshmibai do not appear in person before the police station. In fact, Supreme Court viewed that Supreme Court's interference would not even have been required if the investigating officer would have done his job properly. It was also viewed that some kind of counseling and training programs should be devised so that police officers get hands-on training on how to deal with these sort of sensitive matters. It was also viewed that there in fact is a change in the earlier norms that used to exist. Nowadays, young educated boys and girls are coming forward and selecting their life partners themselves, where society or the family gets lesser role to play, and there is nothing wrong in that. The facts of this situation are in fact very clear. Marriage certificate was shared by Lakshmibai. She was having conversation with the investigating officer where she raised concerns about her safety also, that she cannot travel to Karnataka. And all these things already settle the matter very well, that this is not a missing case. So it's not justified for the investigating officer to forcefully call Lakshmibai to appear in person before the police station, but rather investigating officer can go to the place wherever Lakshmibai feels comfortable to provide her statement, record the statement and close the matter. So the FIR which was filed by Lakshmibai's father was quashed by Supreme Court of India and the writ petition was disposed of. The Honorable Supreme Court of India in fact also viewed that Lakshmibai's parents would accept her marriage and re-establish the relation. And that's all for this case. I personally found this case very interesting. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section below. Also, if you have any video suggestions or any cases you want me to analyze, that also you can mention in the comment section below. I will try my best to include those cases as well. If you are interested to know the latest happenings in the legal field, you can click on this playlist where I have added some of the very interesting latest cases. Also, to keep updated on all the legal topics, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And with that, let me end this video. Bye-bye.